Sonic the Hedgehog fan 2019, and today I'm going to show you my projects that I made in Scratch. So I'm going to show you my projects, which are also made in home and in my school. Let's start off with Balloon Clicker. So this was one of the oldest projects I ever made, which you have to click the balloon to get the score. So I made this like a few days ago. And this game was mobile friendly. So I'll put these links below. Next, I'm going to show you another project. The cat walking game. And you have to use the keyboard. And if you're using the platforms for the following, like Android and iPad OS, you're going to need a QWERTY keyboard and a mouse. Else, if you want, and with the arrow keys. And I'll show you another project that I made. Virtual Pet Cat. So, I made this a year ago. So, what you do is drum. I have water, trampoline, cheesy puffs. They're kind of similar to Cheetos, but when I click the speaker, now let's go back to Scratch games. So, time to play Flying Cat. And when you click the green flag, the cat will say time to fly. Well, most of the projects were made in Scratch 2.0. I mean, some of the projects were made in Scratch 2.0, and some of them were made in Scratch 3.0. So I did a remix on my school account, which when you lose stamina, you lose, and you score on 100 to win. Well, anyways, time to pause. And let's hop on to Scratch games again. And I'll show you one of my famous projects that I made. Ping Pong. But just to remind you, the ball has flashing lights. But if you have epilepsy or sensitive to flashing lights, please skip this. And this is a multiplayer game. But when you score 5, it wins. The player who got 5 wins. Now, time for Virtual Pet Giga. And I make this at school also. You have a bunch of features like I made the bedroom. And the trampoline in Virtual Pet Giga has the boing sound effect. But on the Virtual Pet Cat, it doesn't. And now, let's do Walking Simulator 2. So I do have stamina. I also added Sonic here. Swimming. And I added a fish instead of adding one. When you click, they'll go to sleep. And click again to wake up. Press the down key on bed to get stamina. It's kind of identical to my one that I made in my main account. Now let's do the cat platformer, which you have a timer. If the timer strikes 60 seconds, then you lose. When you collect diamonds, then you get a score. But if you get to the house, then you win. So it's not powered by the window. You'll see that the message, which is on the sky. Now time for gravity jump. And let's click play. And there's this little green ball. When the cat hits it, then they send back to the beginning. So you have to be careful. As you see, when I hit the ball, then you might be put back into the start. So, this is one of the hardest games I ever made. Let's just start. And I won. And you'll see that message, which is kind of similar to the game and Pong, which I showed you earlier. Now, let's do paddle Pong. And I made a thumbnail here. And it's kind of similar to the one that I made in my school account that I showed earlier also. Well, you can't see the play button. So sorry about that. Because I'm on an iPad. Well, you can see the logo text. Has smooth responsivity. And if you are player 1, you have to use the W and the S keys. And for player 5, you use the up and down arrow keys to move the paddle. And it's not like the one that I made in my school account. And my favorite one, Sonic the Hedgehog quiz. And, well, I'm not going to put on my name. So I'll just put it. I'll put a random name. And this game is mobile friendly. Well, credit to Sega for the characters. So, So for question, press like the one, press 1, 2, 3 on the screen, or use the keyboard. And when you have enough coins, when you press the hint button, then Sonic will tell you the hint. But when I press the hint button without enough coins, they'll say that. So let's go through all the questions. And watch as I click the hint button. Now let's go back to Scratch games. Now we'll hop on to the next game that I made. Painter. And now I'll show you the instructions of how to play it. Alright, now it's time to paint. I made a square. It's kind of cool. Now let's draw a head. Made a happy face. Well, I'll add some stuff to make it look more of a happy face. But when I push the H key, they'll tell you which keys to use to change color. Now, time for another one. Pong is the single player, which is the classic version. And this one is out of order. But don't worry, the red part is not blood. This is just the part when you touch it, it's just game over. It kind of looks horrible. Now, let's do the classic one, which is now on Scratch, called Pac-Man Scratch Edition. You'll see a message saying game over. So anyways, that's all for today. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.